Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're taking comfort food up to the next level. Wait, does that mean we're lazy and making chicken and dumplings? Now, I love chicken and dumplings, and I love having a home-cooked meal out on trail. And some of your options for chicken and dumplings are gonna be these huge two-person meals coming in these big freeze-dried packs, but I figured out a way using a basic seasoning mix and some dehydrated dried food that I buy online in bulk and put in little baggies later on to be able to fit a home-cooked, fresh-tasting chicken and dumplings meal in a snack-size Ziploc baggie. So, let's get going. The basic ingredients you're gonna need are going to be a chicken and dumpling seasoning mix, some diced or dehydrated or freeze-dried chicken that you can buy in bulk or just buy in little pouches in the store. You're gonna need carrots and celery, and then some sort of green vegetable. Now, usually it is made with peas, but if you have green beans or if you have other things that you wanna add to it, you can add that as well. I actually don't like peas, so I add dried zucchini, and that just happens to be something that I already have in my backpacking food pantry box, which happens to be this box right here. And so what we have here are our dried carrots, our dried celery, our dried zucchini, and then we're gonna add a little bit of cream to give that sauce a creamy flavor, some minced onions, and lots of cracked black pepper. And I love lots of pepper, so I put almost a half a teaspoon in here. If you're not a big pepper fan, just put a little bit, or you can season it in the end. But I love black pepper. And you're also gonna need, obviously, a buttermilk or a biscuit mix. I actually found the Jiffy ones to work the best using just water. And it's also just happens to be the cheapest out there. So let's get started. So after you combine all the ingredients, what you want to do is actually just dump the entire thing into your cook pot. Now with the ingredients on the back of the actual seasoning pouch, you're gonna start with 1 cup or about 240 milliliters of water. And I say to start with because if you like a little bit liquidy of a sauce, you can give it more water later. If you want a thicker sauce, you can start with a little bit of water because you can always add more. You can't take water out. So start with about 240 or about 1 cup of water. And the other part is that as the vegetables and as the chicken rehydrate, you're gonna see it absorb some of that water, so you can continue to add just based on the consistency of the sauce that you wanna make for this chicken and dumplings. So go ahead and do this. And this definitely still cooks in less time than a Mountain House meal. So that's all mixed in. And let's get our cook pot started. Whew. It scares me every time. All right, now what you're gonna wanna do is wait for that to bring to a boil, and then you're gonna reduce to a simmer. But while that is going up to a boil, what we're gonna do is add 1.5 tablespoons of water. And again, start with a little bit less because flour at different moisture levels, different humidity levels in the environment will react a little bit differently. So we're gonna start and incorporate that. If it's too dry, we just add a little bit more water. But again, you can't take water out, and you definitely don't want sticky, watery dumplings. Okay, it's about 1.5 tablespoons. And what you can do is you can seal this up, make sure none of the air is in there, and you can knead it right in the baggie, but I actually found it a little bit better just to do it with my spoon so I could get everything in the corners. Making sure you're watching your pot so it doesn't overboil. And you definitely should be able to roll these little dumplings in your hand, and it should make about 4. So here we added, according to the Jiffy directions, about 1/3 cup of the mix with just that 1.5 tablespoons of water to start with. And I usually like to just put it down into one corner, and that's boiling. So turn that down or turn that off. And all you are gonna do after this is take a little spoonful. You're gonna take a spoonful about like this and just drop it right into your chicken mix. You just wanna fold that in there. Don't break up the dough. Again, like it should make about 4 little dumplings. This is actually how the dumplings get cooked. There's 2. Okay, turn that down a bit more. You can already see those dumplings cooking up. I'm gonna turn the heat off all the way while I add this last one. And keep your spoon out there. You're just gonna wanna cover it and let it sit for about 3 to 4 minutes before you check on the dough again. I just turn the heat back on to let it simmer, but you can see these big dumplings starting to come to life. Sauce is looking really good too. Just gonna add a little bit more water to it. You want enough in there to be able to cover the dumplings. All right, so it's been about 4 minutes, and we're just gonna take our lid off here. Watch the heat. And what you can do to check on your dumplings, just to make they're still whole. Look at those. Now this is good to eat right away unless you want to cook it a little bit more, but I'm thinking that is about done. Look at those dumplings. So good. Piping hot and fresh. And one of my favorite backpacking sort of toppers that I always bring with me is gonna be these French fried onion rings. So I do like to top a little bit off with that. And then a little bit of freeze-dried chives. All right, let's give this a taste. It's piping hot. Cut one of those dumplings in half. Ah, so good and hot. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes for it to cook. And that chicken with the veggies just tastes so fresh. Much better than Mountain House. Well, that's it. And if you enjoyed the contents of this video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so already. I talk all about hiking, camping, and backpacking, and your outdoor life adventures with you and your dog. Thanks for watching.